You get the commercial license, buy the rig, secure your operating authority, and finally pull that massive load onto the interstate at dawn. It feels like independence. You have the equipment and your wheels are moving. Your brain immediately tells you that you have built a functional business. But the modern freight market is brutal. Payout rates consistently scrape the bottom, and the physical toll of moving heavy loads drains your energy by the hour. To cope with this pressure, independent drivers invent a simple defensive equation. If they push the pedal and log more miles, they secure immediate cash, and immediate cash equals survival. This desperate mindset requires a sacrifice. Critical back-end operations are completely abandoned. Compliance filings sit empty. Safety audits are skipped. Nobody calculates the operating cost. Drivers rationalize this easily. Filing paperwork and running spreadsheets do not put a check in your hand by sundown, so they are labeled non-essential. This creates a fatal paradox. By pouring every ounce of effort into keeping the wheels turning, the driver is actively guaranteeing the destruction of their operation tomorrow. Solo operators are plagued by a daily confirmation bias. You drive for 14 hours, you park, and nothing bad happens. Therefore, the business must be secure. But ignoring a back-end operational task does not erase it. It converts that task into a hidden liability that quietly accrues over time. You are building up invisible debt. Say you skip a routine daily safety inspection to get ahead of traffic. You hit the road faster, the brakes hold up, and you face zero immediate consequences. A week later, you miss a required compliance update or a registration renewal. You tell yourself it's just administrative friction. You still complete the run, and the broker still cuts your check. The illusion of safety is reinforced. Then you go weeks without tracking your true operational costs and depreciation per mile. You are burning capital you didn't know you had. To anyone watching your rig fly down the interstate, you look fast and functional, but underneath that metal, the business architecture is mathematically compromised and entirely fragile. The modern regulatory environment has zero tolerance for this fragility. Stricter audits and tighter economic margins have eliminated the era where an operator could just scrape by on grit alone. The detonation is almost always triggered by something minor. A routine DOT traffic stop or a small mechanical failure suddenly exposes the operator's entire backlog of invisible debt all at once. A minor catalyst destroys the business because there is no operational foundation underneath it. With no accurate financial reserve tracking, the operator cannot absorb the sudden penalty fine or the 2 days of unexpected downtime. If you look at genuinely stable, growing trucking companies, their success is rarely tied to having the hardest driving operators on the payroll. They survive through distribution. While the physical trucks are moving, they have dedicated parallel systems managing costs, monitoring compliance, and maintaining industry relationships behind the scenes. True longevity in the freight industry is dictated entirely by the strength of your back-end management system, not the horsepower of your physical engine. To survive, an owner-operator has to make a permanent psychological pivot. You must stop viewing yourself as a driver who owns a truck and start operating as a business owner whose current product happens to be freight. Making this shift does not require hiring a corporate management team or renting office space on day one. It requires an uncompromising daily awareness. Internal operations like cost tracking and external obligations like compliance must be intentionally managed every single day. Physically driving the truck is only the absolute baseline entry fee for this industry. Managing the surrounding operational chaos is your actual profession. A moving vehicle is merely an illusion of success. In today's unforgiving market, only those who conquer the invisible back end of their business will actually survive the road ahead.